Welcome to Senior Living in Alexandria. This is a monthly series that presents information by Senior Services of Alexandria, directed to the seniors in our community, but also family, friends, and those others, caregivers and service providers, etc., people that are interested in helping seniors. With today, we are going to have a third in a three-part series that we're having this summer on finance for seniors. We've got Mark Fries is here with us. He's with Merrill Lynch, and he's in the vice president with their elder care and special needs. He's been here for the previous two segments that we had on estate planning and tax planning, so he's joined us again. And we're privileged to have with us Bill Fralin, who is with the estate planning and elder law firm in Arlington, Virginia. So welcome to you both, and
let's
continue the dialogue of interesting things that seniors need to not just know, but to worry about and plan for. So let's get into it. Mark, can you? I'm sorry, Bill. Can you give me a little bit of background on your firm and your experience with it, and what brought you into elder law? That's a special part of the law.
Well, we've had our practice here in Arlington for 20 years, and we practice in all three jurisdictions. And started as a trust and estate firm, and as the needs of our clients grew, particularly the parents of our clients, we grew into elder law, adapted the practice to it so that we could fully serve the needs of the aging population, because it's multifaceted, it's financial, it's emotional, it's housing, all the issues thrown together. And so working with professionals like Mark, it helps. We help people navigate the process to get the right result.
Okay, and Mark, maybe remind us again, I know you covered it before, but tell us again what your practice does within Merrill Lynch, elder care and special needs.
So we cover the elder care part of it, which is special needs and elder care, I think, are synonymous. Elder people have special needs. We also cover specific special needs like medical things like autism and Down syndrome and things like that. But we work with somebody like Bill that would make sure the legal documents are correct and really do the planning part. So a lot of times we'll sit down with a family member and they're potentially going into a nursing home, and what are the financial aspects of it? Do they have all their legal stuff done correctly? So we'd reach out to Bill and he'd help us.
Okay, so you collaborate in terms of the mix of skills and quality services to your clients. Is this a practice area that's growing? I know you've made your career in it, but is there is this a movement that people are?
With the aging of the American population, I saw a statistic recently that said maybe 10,000 people a day turn 60, or the baby boomers, the entire generation is aging, and the interesting factor is that we're living longer, significantly longer, but with chronic conditions. And that as opposed to in the 50s, you drank, you smoked, you passed away early, living longer, while it's an added blessing, it brings with it specific problems and issues that we have not encountered before.
And what do you find in terms of the knowledge of seniors in terms of your services or how they might be helped? Are they sophisticated, adequate? Are they poorly prepared? What do you find?
Unfortunately, many of the people I encounter who are otherwise very accomplished in many areas of life, this is one area that not people, because mother and father have never aged and become ill, it's not an issue that they're well versed in. And being proactive and getting the information and talking with the professionals and getting the information while they're healthy and well gives you a tremendous advantage in the options that you'll have later on what your care is, what the costs are. And because the specialization of this field too, they can very quickly, working with professionals such as Mark, myself, get that information and make the choices that are right for them.
So many seniors may be deficient in their knowledge, they may be deficient in their planning. What, if we had a hypothetical, the best served senior you can imagine, what would be the characteristics? What do they need to have?
Well, a basic set of estate and incapacity planning documents are critical. The estate planning, what happens when bill passes, and the incapacity planning, which is of paramount importance, which is what happens while Bill's alive and can't make financial or medical decisions. The power of attorney will grant someone that I know and trust, my spouse, adult child, family member, trusted advisor, to make those decisions before me if I cannot do so. And if I suddenly have a sudden onset chronic condition, then with that ability to make decision-making authority in place, we can access all the options that are available under the law. Without it, we have to go to court and have a guardianship wherein it's a very expensive and drawn-out process before we can do any planning. It's the hard way to do it, and particularly for the children who have to carry that burden, it's just another level of difficulty on what is already a difficult situation with aging and failing parents.
So you need a power of attorney.
Absolutely.
What?
If nothing else, you have a power of attorney that gives you the ability to deal with your assets in such a manner you can structure them to help save and protect them for the cares of the loved one.
You mentioned 70%, I think, were ill-prepared. What else do you need? Is that, if I had a power of attorney, am I safe?
Well,
Is
the
that all
powers
I
of
need?
attorney, they are a starting point.
Oh,
the power
good.
of attorney, everyone over 18 should have a complete estate plan.
Wow.
Regardless of age, net worth, they should have it. But as you age and actuarially as your risk heightens, it's more important to have that. But in addition to that, you need to look at ways to pay for this long-term care. What most people don't know is the cost for long-term skilled nursing care in the Washington metro area is in excess of $10,000 a month. And there's 3 ways to pay for that. You can self-insure private pay, you can have long-term care insurance, or you can access one of the entitlement programs, which include Veterans Administration, VA benefits, Medicare, and Medicaid. And those are all the options. And learning about those options and seeing whether long-term care insurance is a good idea, researching that, and making those decisions are going to impact the quality of life for the senior throughout the rest of their life.
I didn't realize that Medicare and Medicaid could be used would qualify, or if you're looking at long-term care insurance. How does that work?
Well, long-term care insurance is one of the 3 ways to pay for long-term care. If you purchase the insurance and you go to a skilled nursing home, and or you could be at home, or you could be in an assisted living, it will pay for your care with the insurance. But if you can't qualify for the insurance, you have a pre-existing condition or you can't afford it, those programs, Medicare and Medicaid, Medicare is the insurance program for people over 65, which if you go to a hospital, have a 3-night stay, you can get up to 100 days of rehab coverage to improve your health so that you no longer need the care. The other alternative, Medicaid, the long-term care Medicaid program pays for over 60% of all the skilled nursing beds in America. Because it's 10 to 12K a month in this area, it doesn't take long for most people to blow through all their money. And because it's so incredibly high and people aren't aware of it, they get caught unprepared, and that's when not only physical disaster, but emotional and financial disaster is piled on top of it.
We're going to have a recipe. We're going to cut over to our favorite Chef Hans, who always has good food and good ideas for cooking for seniors.
Hi, welcome to Senior Living in Alexandria, and we're here with our favorite chef, Chef Hans. Hi, Chef.
Hey, Marianne, welcome back.
Thank you.
You're almost a regular here.
I know it. I know it. I just have such fun when I come.
Great, we're glad you're here.
Yeah. So I guess salads are on the menu for today, right?
Yeah, I figured, it's coming close to the, summer's about wrapping up.
Yeah.
A lot of great produce on the ground. And I just want to show you all how to put some produce together and some salads together real quick and easy.
Oh, good. Well, let's get started. Tell us what we're gonna make today.
Yeah, well, the first salad I'm going to put together is a quick little fennel salad. Fennel and Asian pears.
Oh.
Asian pears are probably, they're kind of coming around year-round now since they come out of Asia. So I'm going to do a quick little salad with some Asian pears.
All right.
First I've got is some mayonnaise. Let me get my spoon. And I've got about 4 ounces of mayonnaise. And to that, I'm going to add a couple teaspoons of lemon juice. I'm just going to blend that together to make sure it's all soft. Then a pinch of salt and pepper, because everything tastes better with a little bit of salt and pepper inside it.
It does.
So all I've got is a real light little dressing going on there. And with that, I'm going to add some fennel. And this is just fresh fennel that we
Oh.
just julienned.
Okay.
Fennel's got that wonderful licorice smell to it.
Oh, it does.
It's got
I
a
like
real
fennel.
light licorice taste. And anyone who says, "Oh, I don't like licorice," it's just got just a hint.
Yeah,
You know, and it's
no.
a beautiful, crunchy,
Yeah.
fresh flavor.
No, it adds a lot of that crunch and that
Yep.
texture.
So I've got the fennel inside, and to that I'm going to add some Asian pears
Oh.
that we just julienned.
Okay.
So this is a beautiful little crunchy going on.
Yes.
Just toss that together. Just get everything dressed real light.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to put a little bit more lemon juice inside. And a pinch more salt and pepper.
Well, that's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to turn that out on a plate there.
Very nice. It's almost kind of like a slaw or a type
Exactly.
of a slaw.
Exactly. And I like it because it's kind of a white on white deal.
Uh-huh. That's right. All right. Very nice.
So that's Asian pear and fennel slaw.
Okay.
The next one I wanted to make is another kind of slaw thing.
Uh-huh.
But this time around we're going to use, instead of mayonnaise, I'm going to use some sour cream.
Uh-huh.
Again, I've got about 4 ounces of sour cream and about 4 ounces of plain yogurt.
Oh, okay.
So that gives us, and that's fat-free sour cream. I've got my little dressing going on there. I don't need to add any lemon because the yogurt has got that tart to it already.
Oh, all right.
But of course,
Okay.
I need to add a little salt and pepper.
Uh-huh.
And for this one, remember, I've got some butternut squash.
Oh, okay.
So we've just taken this and julienned it really fine.
All right.
Like on a, you could put a grate it.
Uh-huh.
But we used a mandolin, but a
Okay.
grater would work fine.
All righty.
Throw the butternut squash inside.
Now, has this squash been pre-cooked?
Nope.
Nope.
Totally
Just-
raw,
oh, okay.
raw, fresh
All
butternut
right.
squash.
Okay.
Little cranberry,
Oh, nice.
because it's just that time of the year for cranberries.
That's right.
And then some toasted almonds.
Oh. Oh, that's very colorful.
Yep. The almonds give it a great, nice,
Yeah.
bright crunch.
Yeah. These are nice alternatives to, the usual green salad or the tossed
Yeah.
salad or,
What I like to do at home is, especially if I have company over, I'll make 4 or 5 different salads like this.
Uh-huh.
It's not all that difficult.
Yeah.
Get all my prep put together,
Yeah.
and just before my guests arrive,
Yeah.
just toss them all together. And it's amazing. Most people say, "Wow, you must have slaved over this forever."
That's right.
You know? So here I've got the
And
butternut
you said, yes, I did.
butternut slaw.
Oh, very nice.
A little cranberry on
Oh,
top.
Little trim. Oh, very pretty. Oh, okay.
So it's a great little slaw and easy to put
Yes,
together.
Yes. Oh.
Next, I'd like to put together a nectarine and snap peas. Snap peas.
Oh.
We've got some fresh snap peas that we
Uh-huh.
just julienned them. Again, I guess I've said julienne so many times. I'm just
That's
used
all
to doing
right.
it.
That's okay.
So it's a nice green. Snap peas are great. You need to just pull the string off the
Yeah,
end
I
of it
was
real
wondering,
quick.
is that,
Yeah.
so you pull the string and then you just,
And just-
cut them, yes?
Yep. And you don't need to
Uh-huh.
worry about them being cut, perfectly. They can be all kind of chopped. Then I've got some fresh nectarines
Nice
that we've cut kind of
uh-huh.
the same size.
Uh-huh.
Those go inside. Then of course got a little bit of salt and pepper. This one we're going to use some red wine vinegar
Oh,
and some olive oil.
oh, very nice. It's
And this-
very colorful.
Yeah, and this is all about the contrast between the sweet nectarines and the green snap peas.
Oh, that's really pretty. And easy again.
Yep. Once the prep's pre-done, it goes
Yeah.
together real fast.
So the secret is having all your preparation done ahead of time, and then when your guests, if you're, you
Yeah.
can just
And
whip
the-
it up and it's, yeah.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing is I like to do my prep in the afternoon when I'm just taking my time.
Right, yeah.
And then I throw it together. So
Uh-huh.
beautiful little salad, easy to put together.
Very nice.
And lastly, I'm going to do something a little bit different, so hold on to your socks.
Okay.
So watermelon season is about rounding down.
Yes.
So I've got some beautiful fresh watermelon.
Ooh.
And we just cut that up. It's really chilled, really cold. I'm going to pile that up on the plate. I've got some crumbled feta cheese.
Oh, I like this combination.
A little feta cheese. Little red onion.
Oh, very nice.
Yep. Just a touch, just enough to give it some tart.
That smells good.
Then some cracked black pepper. And then lastly, I've got some balsamic vinegar.
Oh.
And we just took the balsamic vinegar, put it in a pan, and cooked it down by half, just to make it a little glaze. See how it's got that beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful texture?
Yes.
And we're just going to drizzle that across the top.
Oh. You're such an artiste.
There we go.
Oh, that's so
That's our last
nice.
little salad.
Oh.
As you can see, they're easy to put together.
Yes.
There's some great flavor profiles, and I'm sure, I guarantee you, your guests will be impressed.
Absolutely. These 4 salads are so easy to make and yummy to eat, and I think they'll make a nice treat for a guest or even just for dinner or, for your family. All the recipes can be found on Senior Services website at www.seniorservicesalex.org. And I want to thank Chef Hans for cooking with us today.
It's my pleasure.
Can we taste?
Let's do that.
Okay.
Of course, it's all about
right.
tasting.
It is about tasting. That's very nice.
I want to go back and catch up on another thing. So we talked about, I asked power of attorney. This power of attorney, other documents, but many seniors may not know the basic documents: will, trust, a medical advisor, et cetera. There's additional things you need, correct?
Well, the basic set of documents includes estate planning documents, which are what happens when will passes, which is either a will or a trust.
Right.
Or it could be the beneficiary designations on your accounts,
Which we
that
covered
Mark could
earlier.
certainly go through. Beneficiary designations payable on death, and that will determine who's in charge of your estate assets and who receives those assets. The powers of attorney, you essentially have 2. You have one for finance and you have one for health care. Now, the health care is split into 2 parts. The first part of the health care is for non-terminal medical decisions. Anything from a headache to a heart transplant. If I can't make a decision, and only if I can't, and I can't communicate what my wishes are, then the person acts as my agent. The second part is what's called an advanced medical directive, or what a lot of people refer to as a living will. And that's a document that says, in the event that I'm in a terminal condition, a permanent vegetative state, or irreversible coma, then I'll say in the document, once all those prerequisites are met, I either do or I do not want artificial life support. And the benefit of having it is my family doesn't have to guess about it. They don't have to sue each other about it. These are Bill's wishes. This is what we're doing. They don't have to agonize, is this the right decision? Decision's made. They're simply enforcing it. And by having that in place, your wishes can be honored without undue stress, unnecessary burden to the family.
I think that planning would be a big benefit. It saves a lot of stress on any surviving family members.
Well, a lot of my clients view it as a gift to their children is having a well-planned estate, because if they don't do it, the children will end up with the responsibility of handling it themselves, and they may be at the height of their career, raising children, have other demands on their time, creating that, added stress.
Well, when a potential client, a senior, comes to you, and I think Mark chimed in on this, how do you handle that? How do you work with them? How do you have a conversation?
Well, we sit down and ask, what's going on in their lives? Are they married, single, children? Do they have any current medical conditions? Are they still working? And get a feel for where they are, which jurisdiction they live in, And then once we do that, say, well, here's the starting point, which is getting the basic documents in place, but also too, we'll refer them out to professionals such as Mark to say, look, if you have a special needs child, for example, or if you have an aging parent that you want to benefit them, but you don't want the plan to void your efforts, then a professional such as that can help you plan it out, not only how to structure it, but how to make the numbers work financially. And so working within a network of professionals, getting them to the right parties who can put the puzzle together to make sense of many difficult issues. And then the reward for the process is you have a plan in place, and when crisis occurs, then you can focus on the decisions at hand.
Mark, bring into the conversation, that sounds very thorough and very basic, but is there additional things you do when you've got a special needs situation?
Well, special needs is a little unusual because you're planning for 2 generations. So you're planning for the parents, and you're planning for a child that most likely is living with the parents. In about 70% of the cases right now with special needs, the kids are still living with their parents. Some kids are not kids anymore, they're adults. And so that's a big consideration. So like Bill talked about, we want to make sure they plan ahead. We don't want it to be a crisis situation. The family-style meetings we have are very important. We get the whole family together. A lot of the times, unfortunately, I'll get a call around the holidays when the kids go home and they see the parents and they realize the parents are not as in good shape as they used to be. And then they call me up and say, we got a problem. I want to be there way before that. I don't want to be at the crisis situation. I want to attend to it before. And so it's smooth, it's full planning, and then they're in better shape.
Okay. Let's turn to living options. What living options are available for seniors?
For seniors, there's essentially 3 available living options. There's independent living, which living at home is the finest example of that, or it could be an over 55 community because federal law exempts the housing regulations saying that you can have a community for over 55 citizens so they don't have to live with the crying babies or the students. Now, there's independent living, and within that category they have continuing care communities. A lot of options are available. The next level of care is assisted living. And you'll see a number of, Sunrise is one of the local providers. And that's for when I may be able to do most of my activities of daily living, but I may need my help with my medicine or different aspects of my daily life. But for the most part, I can really manage my affairs. It's a great option. It's a less intrusive option. You have more freedom of movement. But the final option is on the highest level of care is skilled nursing care, which most people refer to as a nursing home. And that is when my level of care is such that it requires a personal assistance with 2 or more activities of daily living. Those facilities are created to give that level of care, and no other place can do so. It's not where anyone wants to go, but at some point, it's the only place where adequate care can be received.
Mm-hmm. And how do you ensure good care under any obviously independent? It's up to you, but in the other alternatives, how do you ensure
the
good
greatest
care?
indicator of getting quality care is the involvement of family, friends, and advocates.
Okay.
Because you can go to the finest facility in the metropolitan area, and if no one's involved and no one's checking, the care can be mediocre at best. But when you have family, friends, advocates engaged, knowing what's going on and monitoring the process, that is the optimal way to get good care, is to work with the facility, to build a partnership with them, and with everyone's goal being getting the best of care for your loved one.
I think the enemies of planning are denial, lack of knowledge, and procrastination. That's what you 2 have to deal with in your daily life.
Right.
Well, we're out of time, and so I'm sure there's many more interesting topics we could pursue. It takes a depth of knowledge, and I want to thank you very much for giving us this information, being part of this series for senior living in Alexandria. I want to remind the listeners of the Senior Law Day in Saturday, October 18th. Senior Services will co-sponsor with the Alexandria Bar Association. That's an event you shouldn't miss. A lot of the things that they're saying here and additional information will be presented. So Bill and Mark, I really do want to thank you very much for being with us today, and your generosity in sharing your information with seniors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Hi, my name is Kendall Hermsdorf. I'm a member of the Successful Aging Committee, and I'm a representative from the Department of Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Activities. Did you know that we just sent out our Fall 2014 program guide? You should be receiving that in the mail within the next couple of weeks. And it looks a little different this time around. We have now separated the guide by activity type. And so whether you're looking for creative and performing arts, enrichment, aquatics, fitness programs, you can find it by activity type in our program guide. If you're still looking to see what's specific for 55 plus, you can refer to the Fun Finder Index in the middle of the guide. That separates it by ages, and you can see what's specific for seniors. You can also browse through the guide and see with the 55 plus icon which programs are also specific for seniors. For more information, you can visit our website at alexandriava.gov/recreation, or you can call us at 703-746-5414.
Hi, I'm Margaret Orlando, and I represent Successful Aging Committee for the Department of Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Activities. Did you know that your Recreation and Parks Department is one of the sponsors of the Northern Virginia Senior Olympics? Fuel your passion for sports and games by competing with your peers in friendly competition throughout the Northern Virginia area. Participants ages 50 and over come from the cities and counties of Alexandria, Arlington, Fairfax, Falls Church, Loudoun, Prince William, and Fauquier. Events are set up in 5 to 10 year age groups. The Senior Olympics are held every September. Events include track and field, swimming, diving, basketball, bowling, golf, line dancing, pickleball, tennis, bridge, Scrabble, and even more. So for more information, visit our website at nvso.us or call 703-746-5429. Remember, the NVSO motto, living healthy longer.